Hello, and welcome all to episode 65 of the Spooky Spooky Horror Show podcast. I'm your host, Sean.
Hi.
I'm joined by Anthony. And as a reminder, this season's movies were chosen sight unseen, chosen solely based on box art. We're going to be judging whether the film is as good or bad as the box art makes it seem, as well as whether or not we even like the film. Today, we will be talking about 2005's sci-fi creature feature, Insecticidal.
Creature feature, they said.
But before all that, remember, if you'd like to support us on YouTube, you can leave a like, subscribe, leave us a comment. All of that helps with the algorithm and engagement. You can also follow and rate us on any and all podcast services, which helps us with visibility and charting. Links, as always, are in the description below. Now, with that out of the way, Anthony, how has your week been?
Oh, I'm fucking tired. I have not stopped fucking working since I got in this shop, so... Which is a good thing. I am very happy for it, but I'm exhausted.
Well, I mean, you stopped working when you got COVID.
Well, yeah, there was no real choice in that. I know, but I didn't take off of that, though.
No.
I didn't take off of that. No. I worked through that shit. But yeah, no. But it's going good, so...
Yeah, we're trying to get a backlog of podcasts done because the wife is going in for her hopefully last surgery in 2 weeks. This weekend we're going to ACL. She's always wanted to go.
Yay!
And I've never gotten to see Blink 182 live. She has.
Blink 182.
So we're pretty much just going for that. But we got VIP tickets, so it's all the free liquor we can drink in 90-degree weather. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like 97 degrees. And it's in Zilker Park. It's in Zilker Park, so there's no cover. The only cover is going to be in the VIP
it's
section.
Just open.
So
that's terrible.
Like, it is what it is. That's Friday. And then I think Saturday before, because we're going to stay at a hotel.
Oh,
so we could just Uber, because parking is going to be a fucking nightmare.
Uber.
We are possibly Saturday going to see Terrifier 3 because the kid wants to see it, and I'm not opposed to him seeing rated R films. It doesn't fucking matter, and he already knows about
him already.
The vagina split in Terrifier 1.
So fucking terrible that scene.
So yeah, the wife and I will go see it. Well, if it's good, like I'm sure it'll be good.
What's good? It's good. It's said it's good. Trust me.
But if it's moderately okay for him to see with us, because he's 12, almost 13. So long as there isn't like fucking in the film, like I'm fine.
Yeah, that's kind of how we do it.
You know, it's like
that's
nudity.
Kind of how we are.
We're pretty European with like nudity. It's like it doesn't matter. It's nudity's nudity.
As long as he's comfortable.
The body you shouldn't be ashamed of a body and stuff like that. You shouldn't be shamed in looking at a body. We're not gonna be like, hey, have you seen Debbie Does Dallas, kiddo? Like, no, we're not gonna do that. But it's like horror movies, so long as there's no like gratuitous like fucking and stuff, then yeah, no, it's fine. But yeah, that's about it. Ready to jump into production facts? I don't know how many I have for this. I think the next one I have some.
It honestly, it was like a Goosebumps fucking movie.
Some production facts. Insecticidal was directed by Jeffrey Scott Lando and written by Jeff O'Brien. The film stars Megan Heffern, I think, Rhonda Dent, Samantha McLeod, Anna, I think it's Amoroso, and Travis Waters. Based on that's all I have. I don't even have anything else. Based on the box art.
Don't even have anything else? Jesus.
Based on the box art, what were you expecting from this movie?
Texas Chainsaw meets Easter?
No, this one is Insecticidal. This is the bugs.
Oh, Insecticidal! Oh no! See, the only one I ever saw of it was like this really bad. Like, the one with the big-breasted woman. It fulfilled exactly what the box art gave us.
This was not a high hopes. This was like
no.
Well, maybe this will be funny bad, and it was
not
it was
at
just bad. It was just bad.
Yeah, it was a very questionable film in the first place, and then once you see past the box art and watch the movie, you're like, ah.
This was as bad as I thought it was going to be based on the box art. Like plain and simple. It's like it's as bad. So let's just jump right into the plot. Okay, so the movie starts with Cammy, the token ugly nerdy girl, in glasses and a ponytail, being attacked by a dog-sized rhinoceros beetle. Then we get the jump to 6 hours later. She was not ugly. There's no part of this that she's ugly. It's
no.
I get that they're following like the tropes and stuff, but it's just like, oh, she's the ugly girl getting picked on by all the other girls. Like, man, this is already kind of dumb.
She wasn't, though. She's a very good-looking girl. There's nothing wrong with her.
But then we get the resident mean girl and president of the sorority, Josie. We're going to get into the names a little bit later. She's having some lame duck sex with a 40-year-old surfer dude named Mitch. Turns out Mitch is actually supposed to be a college-age football player. Sure thing, guy.
Oh, okay.
Like, bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Josie is yanking on Mitch's nipple rings because he won't play into her weird role-playing sex games. He just wants to have normal sex, but she's
normal people
Princess
sex,
Josie. And what Princess Josie says goes. She's so into this sex that she's still able to manage to survey her room and spot a scorpion walking around.
In which that would bother me if I was the one doing her. I'd be like, okay, so I guess like this isn't important to you at all.
It's like, oh yeah, no, you're so good.
Why is there also a scorpion just laying out?
It's
let's address
Cammy's.
That problem.
It's Cammy's. It got out.
A scorpion shouldn't just be out.
Well, no. Of that fucking douchebag let it out. The fucking, oh man, it's the characters in this are really fucking bad. Like I was surprised how angry a lot of these characters made me. I did find it commendable though that they managed to use a bug model and have the shadows like attached to them. Usually they just place an asset down and move on. So the fact that like it had a shadow that moved with it was pretty cool. Cammy is just getting back to her room, upset that the professors rejected her thesis on bugs being the former dominant species on the planet, as Martin, this fucking scumbag, is searching for the missing scorpion that he let loose. Cammy pissed that he let out the scorpion named Evander.
Why are you naming fucking bugs like names like that?
I don't know, and everyone comments that like she's weird. Oh, she's into bugs. It's like, okay. It's not like she's trying to fuck the bugs. She's interested in a science way. She's taking science courses on it.
Yeah.
Like,
I get that, but still, why are you fucking naming?
It's like, I don't know.
Why would you name it? You can name it like part of the project. Jeez, why having this thing walking around? It's a goddamn fucking pet or some shit.
Well, for her, I think they are pets. I think she treats all of those bugs like pets.
Oh.
But Martin lets him out of the container because she's mad. She's mad at Martin for letting him out of the container, which is already stupid. Why would you just let a scorpion out of a container? But these bugs in particular are genetically engineered. Just as like she's mad and Josie
like
upstairs.
Actual science experiment.
Yeah. Josie's upstairs angry and comes storming downstairs. Evander conveniently drops down from the air vent and into the container. As Cammy's closing the container, Josie and Mitch bust into her room. Cammy is grabbed by Josie's 40-year-old college boyfriend so that she can spray bugs with like, I think it said like anti-bug spray. Instead of just bug spray, I think it said like anti-bug spray or something like that.
Why are you spraying bugs with anti-bug spray?
How about the fact that Josie then sprays Martin in the face with the bug spray?
Yeah,
that is assault.
It is assault, actually. that is 100% assault.
Like it's so weird, but like the fact that like
with intent, that was premeditated. You don't just say, okay, no, like that.
But the fact that Mitch like grabbed her and like kind of ragdolled her around a little bit to prevent her, and then Martin is just standing there like, well, what are you gonna do? I can't beat up this 40-year-old man.
A lot of shit. Yeah, there's not much I can do. But they always cast older people.
Well, he is severely older than everyone else. But Martin gets sprayed in the face. Josie leaves. Cammy sadly throws away all of her bugs, complaining that she's throwing them all away. But there's only like 3 of them, if I remember correctly, of what she throws
there
out.
Are more.
Yeah, but like I only saw her throw out 3. I saw a bunch of cages, but she only threw out 3, and then was like, I'm sad.
Hey, like you said, those are her buddies.
You complained about her naming the scorpion Evander, but she has names for all of them, and she starts naming.
Yes, it's not. Yeah, but that's still weird. Like, you shouldn't need to name them, especially if they're part of a fucking experiment.
I didn't write down any of these bugs' names. I did not give a shit. No, I'm not doing it. It's like nobody cares. We now finally get the title card of Insecticidal. 6 minutes in, and you are hanging out at what is probably the lamest sorority party that has ever been seen.
Maybe that's how they do it up now.
There's like 6 people there in this entire thing.
Wait, wasn't this from 09?
Yeah, I think it was like 2009, 2006, something like that. But now I had to make sure that I wrote down these names, because we're gonna find out the names of all the characters. So there's Twisty, and she's dating Dick. Sophie is
Dick.
Yeah, Sophie is a lesbian that is dating Jenny.
Dating her.
Josie, the queen bee, is with the 40-year-old Mitch. Belly, which is a stupid fucking name, she's with Kyle. And then Cherry is just solo. She's just a solo chick. There's no guy there for her.
Fucking
Cherry walking out, spills food all over herself when she walks right into Kyle, blaming him for her fuck up.
For being alive, basically.
She pushes him into the hot tub and laments that now she has to take a shower to clean up. She leaves. Mitch complains about chlorine. And then I'm pretty sure it cut right to her shower scene.
Chlorine.
And this shower scene, I feel like the director wanted to film a porn, because
and didn't get there all the way because it wasn't very porny.
Because nobody showers this way. Like, she's like, it's like she's showering for someone there, like it's a porn.
Well, yeah, the camera,
and it never fully goes there. There's a lot of nudity, but it's all kind of sad,
half-ass.
I don't know.
It's not Skinamax, that's for sure.
It was weird. Like I said, Kyle complains about the chlorine. While she's showering, up in the tree is the pizza delivery guy, and he's peeping on Fumi. I forgot to mention Fumi.
Yeah.
Fumi is the Asian foreign exchange student.
Oh, now, yeah.
Understand.
Like, it's the most random person in this whole fucking script.
Random and racist.
Yeah. Yeah.
But every woman in this movie, their character's name ends in an I. Every single one.
Really?
Fumi, Cammy, Sophie, Josie.
Yeah, why?
Jenny.
What in the name of Stanley is that shit?
Belly. All of them end in I. It's bad. But now this dude is peeping on the foreign exchange student from Asia, who is of course practicing martial arts in her room and yoga.
Oh, well, we gotta make a trope.
Yeah. Yet, pizza dude fails to notice the actual naked woman in a shower. That is like mean mugging an invisible camera, showering like, yeah, you like this, don't you?
Like, you like when I'm dirty and scrubbing.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird. But now Evander shows up, and this is where we start to get like the worst CG. It's like you got good CG in like not the beginning, but like when Sophie's fucking the scorpion, not fucking the scorpion, but when she's fucking and the scorpion comes in, that's really good CG.
Yeah.
Now we're getting the really shitty CG, where
the CG from like the Land of the Lost back in the first one.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Sherry, whatever the fuck her name is supposed to be, she's in the shower, and now a giant size Evander the Scorpion comes in and starts stabbing her with his tail, and then I guess chops her up, possibly? I don't know, but he stabs her a bunch and then chops her.
Scorpion can do that.
Nah. We get some exposition by Cammy telling us that she was working on reactivating the dormant genes to make the bugs bigger and smarter, because that's something that you would be attempting to do in the bedroom of your sorority house. We also find out that shitheel Josie is using Fumi to do all her homework, saying insane shit like exchange students like her live to do homework. What?
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
What?
Why would they say that?
You have this.
What kind of thing? What kind of thing is it?
You have her doing karate, because of course everyone Asian does karate.
What next?
You also have her doing yoga.
Drive? Like, what the fuck, man? That's some shit.
So bad. And then she uses karate at the end to. It's so bad. It's so bad. But yeah, then you do the whole fucking tiger mom Asian stereotype that foreign exchange students love to do homework. It's like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. I hate that I even need to mention this, but Kyle goes upstairs to wash the chlorine out of his eyes and goes into the same shower that Sherry Cherry was ripped apart in just moments prior, to wash the chlorine out of his face. Yet he failed to notice. You can't do that at a normal fucking.
You can't do that at like a normal fucking sink.
Well, here's the thing: he got chlorine in his eye, right?
Yeah.
We know from later on the bathroom is on the second floor of the house.
Second floor.
So if the chlorine was so bad, how did he manage to get up?
To get all the way up the
flight of stairs into the
Yeah,
bathroom?
now that you said it. Yeah,
and
now
then
that you said it.
Because when he gets into the shower, he doesn't notice the chunks of Sherry on the floor, even when he's using her as soap, right? So you're not blinded by it. You still manage to get everywhere. So like I was like, that doesn't, like, I understand you need to get him there, but I didn't understand, like, it just didn't make sense. But then, how did he not see Josie get into the shower? You've been in a pool, right?
Yeah. Yeah, everybody would.
You get chlorine in your eyes all the time. You can still see shit, but somehow he's completely blind. That
there are some people that do, like, their eyes get really fucking like scratchy and
I don't think this was the case. I don't think that was the case here.
So, but there are people that I'm saying that would, but no, this dude just being dumb.
But it's like he's feeling up Josie's tits, and he doesn't realize that it's not his girlfriend. He's calling out for his girlfriend. Think he's dating,
which is odd. You don't know. You don't know what your girlfriend's.
You don't know what your partner's like body feels like. That's fucking weird. But then again, he's using the other chick's hand as soap, thinking it's soap. Have you ever felt soap
you don't notice
felt like fingers?
Like fingers, or has a fucking a roughness, like it's a fingerprint.
It's,
you know what I mean? Like, you can feel it on someone's hand. It doesn't feel like a fucking piece of soap.
Yeah, it just,
and if so, why are you washing yourself with dildo fucking material soap?
But then we get to this. Josie doesn't have chlorine in her eyes, so how did she not see the body parts in the shower when she got in? It doesn't matter. She wants to have sex, and they're both pieces of shit. They're both pieces of shit. And since he is
not for wanting to have sex.
No, not for wanting to have sex. Wanting to have sex with people that aren't their partners. He's an actor, and she loves role play. So she tells him to act like so-and-so, and he is completely down for it. So it's whatever, man.
Because he's a fucking tool.
Yeah. Cammy tells Martin to leave because he's giving her a headache, but he keeps trying to talk her into hanging out. So since he won't leave, she leaves to go get some water. She catches a glimpse of Evander and finds a piece of a giant mantis claw. While heading upstairs, she finds Mitch and Dick talking about the girls in the hot tub and about who they'd want to fuck and in what order.
Yeah.
Apparently,
it's like the fuck, murder, kill or some shit kind of thing.
Apparently, sex with Josie never lasts long because she's already downstairs peeping on Cammy, who's peeping on Mitch and Dick. Josie embarrasses Cammy, telling her...
That's so fucking weird.
Right? It's like she just started
having
sex
like
in the
the
shower,
other person.
And then Cammy came upstairs, and then all of a sudden Josie's there. You finished that quickly?
That's so fucking weird.
Like, right,
that's nothing to brag back home about it either.
Yeah. Josie embarrasses Cammy, making her feel like a loser again, and she runs back downstairs. Outside, the Peeping Tom pizza guy is still checking out Fumi, but is attacked by the praying mantis. Meanwhile, downstairs in Cammy's room, Cammy complains.
Oh, did we mention there's a praying mantis?
Yeah. That's who killed the pizza guy. Downstairs in Cammy's room, Cammy complains about Josie while Martin tries to both gas her up, but also neg her, telling her if she just stands up for herself and asserts herself, she could be more popular than Josie. She is asserting herself.
Maybe
by
she
telling
doesn't.
You to get
maybe
the fuck
she doesn't
out.
Want to be a pop. Yeah, and maybe she doesn't want to be popular like her.
Yeah, but like she's like, leave, and he's like, nah, you don't really feel that way. It's like she just stood up for herself and told you to leave. Get the fuck out. Like, what are you doing?
Like,
but then this is my favorite part. he tells her that she could be even prettier than Josie if she just tried.
If just applied herself, yeah.
And then goes in for a kiss.
I hate that shit. What? And then it goes in for the kiss, I'm good. I don't think you're understanding what's going on.
What kind of loser beta male Andrew Tate type negging bullshit is this? Cammy yells at Martin and kicks him out. Good, she should. He's a fucking dork.
She should.
Also, I can't stand the way that she keeps saying Martin. She doesn't say Martin. No, she goes.
It says it weird.
Martin. It's like, why are you saying? Just say Martin. It's just Martin. You know, Martin. Just Martin.
Like a normal person would say.
This is where we meet cover girl Sophie, Cammy's sister. She comes downstairs to check to see if everything is all right between her and Martin. Cammy is about to go into all her bug stuff when Sophie cuts her off, telling her that there are no giant. If there are no giant bugs, she needs to stop talking about it, and that more important than anything, she should go upstairs and enjoy the party.
Oh well, that's like top priority. Top priority.
Getting. I don't even know, because it's everyone upstairs is fucking awful, so I don't fucking know anymore.
Yeah,
but
there's no redeemable character except for the main character.
Yeah, well, she redeems herself, but then at the end it's pretty stupid. Honestly, the best character in this entire thing is Fumi. I'll explain a little bit later, but yeah.
I thought you were gonna say the Scorpion.
No. But Cammy decides Sophie's right and decides to go upstairs and enjoy the party and have some fun. So she goes to put on some makeup downstairs, and I guess another part of the basement, because it seems like they went down. Belly is about to have sex with her boyfriend again. You know, the boyfriend that just had sex with Sophie, where he couldn't tell that it wasn't his girlfriend. She tells him to go down on her, and then forces him down, saying something like, "Eat me like a hungry cannibal," or something. It was weird. She's supposed to be she's supposed to be like the goth emo scene girl type bullshit,
but she's not.
No.
I call bullshit on her.
As soon as he gets between her legs, he starts commenting on how she's already so wet for him. That's dying. Really gross. Not something I want to hear.
Yes, I said the same thing.
But then she tells him she's not even close, and then he starts making weird noises and jerking his body around. He's doing this.
Maybe Dutch rudder thing?
She doesn't really comment on it. Like, she doesn't comment eat, you'd figure after she formed come on, eat my fucking pussy or something like that. But she doesn't say anything. But then she pulls off the covers and reveals a slug-like bug on his face that he's trying to pull off. How did you not feel that between your fucking legs? That doesn't make any sense. Then goop falls off the ceiling straight onto Belly, and then one of those slug things falls off and latches onto her face. They both fucking get nasty. Shit sprayed on them and stuff. It's all weird, and we quickly get out of this because it's fucking disgusting. No one wants to sit there and talk about this shit. Cammy is heading out to join the party and steps in some slime. She wipes it off with a towel before she can really inspect it. What happens is before she can inspect it, Josie comes up and grabs the towel and starts dabbing herself dry, which again is confusing because she was upstairs having sex with Belly's boyfriend. I already forgot what his name was. But then went downstairs and made fun of Cammy watching the guys talk about how they would have sex with her over Sophie. And then she goes downstairs, kicks Martin out, and then puts on makeup and goes upstairs to get a towel, and that's when Josie walks by, grabs the towel, and dries herself off. What is she drying herself off from?
I guess all the hot
she wouldn't have been wet. She wasn't in any water.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. It's stupid. It was all just something to get her to the point where she takes the towel and she starts dabbing herself dry while making fun of Cammy's makeup, which, fuck you, Cammy is better.
Cammy's the only, Cammy is better.
Cammy goes downstairs and checks out the goo under a microscope, discovering that it's full of insect bacterium. Okay, sure. She then sprays herself with a biodisinfectant.
Which would basically be
and then goes upstairs to go on a
that the
bug
shit
hunt.
that that chick is making an experiment with? Isn't that basically what that shit is?
What do you mean?
That insect bio crap, isn't it what they're using in the experiments?
Yeah, I think so. They're using that so that like the bugs don't go near them and stuff, and as like
I thought you were seeing it. Oh, okay.
No. Josie, back in her room, all itchy, blames Mitch for giving her crabs, even though that is not how crabs work. So she hops back in the shower.
I said that too. I was like, that's not.
Yeah, that's not how that works. She hops back in the shower to clean herself off as her skin begins to get gross and bleed. Also, why would you think it's Mitch and not Kyle or whatever his name was that you just had sex with for giving you possible crabs?
To give it to you.
Or maybe it's on the towel
did she just
because you're all really dirty. Yeah,
I don't know. You thought it was a wiped contamination?
Yeah, maybe.
Someone did a little bit of fucking and then they fucking did the, all that shit and just like wiped their fucking cottage cheese all over the next person.
Why would you call it cottage cheese? Of all things, why would you call it cottage cheese?
Because the yeast comes out of somewhere. It's got to be like baking bread. I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna continue. Sophie is making out with her girlfriend in the living room.
Sophie's choice.
Yeah, as Cammy tries to get outside, but the doors and windows are all sealed shut. Sophie rushes over to her as if she's going on about bugs. This woman never brought up bugs when she got upstairs. She literally just went to the door to try to open it. It was like, fuck, this door is closed and won't open. Yet her sister never mentions the sealant that's on all the hinges and pivot points for windows and everything. Just
doesn't notice that. No.
Outside, Dick and his girlfriend Twisty are preparing for some hot tub sex, but Dick has to make pee-pee. She tells him to just go, so he's about to piss in the hot tub. But I'm thinking to myself, dude, you're about to fuck in a hot tub. Do you really want to fuck in a hot tub that's like stewing in your own piss?
Dude, you're like, that's like fucking. It's like basking.
Yeah,
it's like hot too. It's like a broth bath.
So she tells him to get the fuck out.
Any foam that would be there would be his fucking piss foam.
But she tells him to get out and go find somewhere else to piss. And before leaving, he asks to see what he's rushing back for. So she shows him his breasts, and I'm like, okay. And then back inside, Josie's skin is looking like she has bad burns all over her body, and she starts picking off her skin. Then begins puking up maggots. I believe at some point she goes downstairs and starts eating like pure sugar and alcohol. It's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that one was like, okay, I don't understand that one. What is it, fucking the Men in Black?
But all this just to go back outside. Dick decides to go on an epic journey hike to go take a piss and finds an empty pizza delivery car and just climbs in and starts looking through pizza boxes. Because this is a normal thing that people do.
Because that's a normal thing to do, yeah.
And if I remember correctly, doesn't he not have shorts on? Isn't he pantsless?
He does just pantless?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Because I feel like when he stood up, you saw his ass. And I don't think he ever put shorts on. So,
well, probably not.
Just walking around the neighborhood with his like dick out? Going into other people's car. It's like it's
swinging wang.
Okay, so he's in the car, he's going through boxes, and then opens up one of the boxes, and a bug is in there, and the bug kills him. How the bug got into the car, I have no fucking clue. But we're back at Twisty, still in the hot tub, when she's attacked by the CGI mantis.
That CGI mantis, man.
She screams and manages to get away. Can't get in the house because of all the doors and shit being sealed. So while she's standing outside, everyone sees her screaming, goes and watches her get killed. After that, Sophie calls the police, who don't believe them because they start yelling that they're being attacked by giant bugs.
Yeah, no one believes that shit.
Yeah.
Even though it's true.
Josie's just lumbering around in the background, following the girls and shit. Jenny, Sophie's girlfriend, begins to freak out when another bug tries to attack them and then runs upstairs. Josie tells them she'll get Jenny, and then just walks past the bugs in the kitchen, and nobody thinks that's odd. The bugs don't even remotely
Nobody
go
thinks
for
it's weird. Yeah.
Upstairs, Josie and her gross, dirty face tell Jenny that she can hide in her room and that she'll be safe in there, only to immediately slam the door behind her as they enter. I know things are a little chaotic right now with the bugs attacking and everything, but how is nobody concerned about Josie? Like, she doesn't look right.
She looks like she's sick or infected.
Yeah. But she didn't look like that because 20 minutes ago.
No, it's like it's rapidly taking hold of her. Because it's one of those movies where we just don't pay attention to anything that's fucking like right in front of our faces.
So it's like Little Miss Priss always has to try and be the prettiest in the room, and suddenly looks like she's been sleeping in a pile of pig shit, and nobody questions it. It's like, all right, man, sure, this is your movie, dude. Downstairs, Fumi stabs the shit out of the bug in the kitchen, killing it. Back upstairs now, Josie is hitting on Jenny. That's fucking disgusting. And then attacks her, biting her before she can get out of the room. Jenny comes running out screaming for help. And Sophie and Fumi meet her at the bottom of the stairs. She tells them that Josie just attacked her and was biting her. And then Evander the Scorpion joins and just stabs the shit out of her. And it sends her tumbling down the stairs. However,
and then
this fall down the stairs was pretty good. I was honestly surprised.
Do you mean as in like the stunt double did a really good job of it? And stuff?
Yeah, but I don't even know if it was a stunt double. I don't know if they had the money for a stunt double.
You think it was the actual actress?
Yeah.
Oh god. Well, there's not any facts on this movie. If first to find out,
I can't find shit.
Well, because you weren't gonna find shit on this.
Josie starts walking towards the stairs, and they just start yelling for her to run. Why are you helping her? Your girlfriend literally just told you that Josie tried to attack her and was biting her. Like, you don't
fucking going rogue zombie on you.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden, maggots begin falling off of her as she attempts to attack Sophie and Fumi, but they run into the basement. So it's like, all right, sure. Okay. Josie locks them in the basement as Martin comes back to the house. Josie seduces him into heading around back to open up the door. Why can't she open the door?
She just opened the door.
I refuse to believe that Martin has the upper body strength to break open a door. So if he can open a door, she can open a door. Like, that just doesn't make sense. He's pretty stupid. The fact that this massive cunt who is never nice to anyone is suddenly being nice to him, he should have realized something was up.
That's red flags.
But
he's nice to you for a reason.
He's just a pretty girl nice to me. That's all that he is.
I'm just getting attention, so I'm gonna go roll with it.
So now all this time, Cammie's just standing in the dining room talking to the praying mantis. I didn't know they understood English, but Sophie and Fumi look for tools in the basement and end up moving a chair to block the door. As Martin calls out, the mantis leaves to go after him. Cammie manages to get the door open and gets Martin inside to safety as Twisty comes out of nowhere and the mantis finishes her off. All of the bugs are straight up ignoring Josie and Cammie. No,
isn't it something to do with women?
No, it's she ends up being pregnant. But no, all the bugs are ignoring Josie, and Cammie realizes that the bugs won't attack her because she's pregnant with bug larvae.
Oh, that's what it was.
So Josie makes a bug sound, and then the mantis drops off some of Twisty's parts, I guess. And Josie pretends to eat it, and it looks really bad. It looks like she's just going nom 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 nom.
Well, she's probably figuring it's a bug.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. While she's pretending to eat, Cammie runs away with Martin, and they meet back up with Sophie and Fumi, realizing the bugs won't attack them because there's too many of them. I don't understand why the bugs won't just like pick them off, whatever.
One by one, yeah.
Cammie devises a plan to bait Josie out of hiding and take her hostage as a shield. They manage to get Josie into the basement, but she manages to wiggle free, losing an arm in the process. Realizing she can control the bugs, she orders them to attack the people in the basement. As all of this is happening, Mitch decides he doesn't care what the coach has to say and wants his princess, because at some point, Mitch decides to leave because it's getting late and the coach for the big football game
doesn't want
all the guys sleeping. And she said something stupid like, are you really going to listen? I think she called him gay for listening to his coach instead. The whole thing is just, it's really fucking weird. It's bad. We'll say it's a product of his time. We'll say that.
It's just a racist bigot.
Yeah. Josie starts yelling at him again, telling him to get the front door open, so he breaks it down to be grossed out by Josie's new
That's
look.
what he said to do.
Yeah. But at least this guy, he's big enough that I can see him breaking down a door. I don't see Martin like, let me put my shoulder into it. Like, no, I don't know.
You don't have a shoulder, Martin.
She just lets him run away, which is weird. She's like killing and attacking and infecting all these other people, and him, she's just like, you can go.
Yeah, I don't need you.
So she has a bunch of bugs behind her. He runs away all freaked out. She just leaves. She just like walks out the door. In the basement, the group is looking for weapons to attempt to get out of said basement. Josie, meanwhile, lets the bugs in through a side back door. And as they make their way up the stairs, Cammy is somehow separated from the group. And the Beetle, Scorpion, and Spider make their way up the stairwell while the rhinoceros thing goes into Cammy's room. And that's like the beginning of that. Martin, Fumi, and Sophie manage to get out of the basement and shut the door. And Cammy's stuck at the beginning of the movie. The Beetle attacks Cammy in her bedroom. The door is fully open. So why aren't the other bugs turning around and heading into Cammy's room? Why are they just banging on the door? Why are we getting the reverse shot?
Never fully explained.
We also get a reverse shot of them holding the door while the bugs are banging on it, and the door isn't moving at all. So
no one's even fucking attempting.
Yeah, like you could have at least had someone on the other side of the door, like banging
just
on it a little
kick
bit.
It.
But
yeah,
whatever.
Something. Make it seem like cops are coming.
From Martin and Sophie's POV, they hear Cammy screaming and then a ton of violence coming from her downstairs in her room. Then silence. Martin tries to open the door, but Sophie stops him. All he keeps saying is, "Wait, do you hear that?" But there is zero sound. There's nothing. We don't hear a goddamn thing.
That we can hear, or that, yeah, we don't hear shit.
Yeah. When he opens the door, Cammy's standing there. They ask where the bugs are, and she tells him that when she came upstairs, they ran away. Ran where? The only door.
And why don't you know where they went?
The only door besides the one that's being blocked by Martin was the door right next to Cammy's room. So why didn't they attack her as she ran by? Because they would have to run downstairs towards her. Again, like if you're showing us the geography and the floor plan of this house,
the layout of the layout of the land,
we can see like where things don't make sense. Upstairs, the group spots the Spider and Scorpion chilling on Jenny's corpse, and they devise a plan. They'll pour water all over the floor, and then Cammy will lure them like into it, and then Martin can dip an electric wire into it to fry him. Cammy tells them she'll be fine.
It sounds like a good idea.
She has rubber soles on, so she should be fine, and they dump a bunch of water. Cammy walks out, and the bugs don't budge. She comments how there's no way they know what the plan is, but aren't these the bugs that she's been modifying to be bigger, stronger, and smarter?
To be stronger and smarter, yeah.
So maybe they do know what's going on?
Maybe you've actually succeeded in what you were doing?
Yeah. Martin ends up joining her. The bugs still aren't coming to them. It's not worth their time and energy. So Fumi, the hero of this, runs through the water and jumps into Martin's arms, causing the bugs to finally approach. And now Sophie puts the electric cable into the water. This scene goes on for like ever. It's so long. And Martin is
I thought
so
there was a point
weak.
where they could stop it. Yeah.
Well, once the electrocution started and the bugs were being electrocuted, they could have just stepped out. They didn't need to keep standing in the water. All they had to do was leave that to the other area.
The whole area, yeah.
It's like, I don't fucking know. But yeah, this scene goes on for what seems like forever, and Martin is so weak that he can barely hold Fumi up out of the water. This tiny woman, he can't hold her out of the water, so he's just full on hard gripping her ass cheeks, just spreading them apart like it hurts.
Oh, that's a terrible analogy.
It isn't until Cammy grabs her leg, like grabs Fumi's legs and lifts it up, that he's able to properly hold her out of the water. The bugs finally explode, and Martin is still holding Fumi until Cammy gets jealous and tells him to put her down. And then he just power bombs her onto the ground.
Power, yeah.
He was like, what the fuck?
If I'm not gonna hold you, no one's gonna hold you.
Martin is shit. He's an asshole like the entire movie. And he keeps trying to neg her and stuff. So it pisses me off when she tells him I'll rock your world and shit. It's weird. Like, why are you saying that to him? There's so many other people that would probably be better equipped and don't treat you like shit and like you're a fucking idiot. Like, you're a scientist, you're going to school for science, and this guy's like, "You're a girl.
You have something to contribute." Yeah, you have something to contribute other than your organs. That sounded wrong, but you know what I meant.
Yeah. The beetle that attacked Cammy isn't dead and makes its way up the stairs, only to have Sophie grab a blender and jam it in its face, killing it.
I don't remember these blenders working just randomly without all the attachments on.
Thinking they survived the worst of it, the mantis comes out of nowhere and Fumi does battle with it, telling the rest of the group that she'll handle it, only to get herself killed. Fueled by anger, Cammy picks up Fumi's weapon and they begin to battle it. They attack it, with Cammy delivering the final blow outside, thinking everything is over. They're attacked by Josie. Josie shoves Martin and Sophie to the ground, almost knocking them out.
That's fucking terrible.
It just didn't make sense.
I think when they wrote the script, they fucking were doing it like that one movie where it's like they did this each scene but separately. No one talked to each other about it.
After Martin and Josie are knocked onto the ground, she grabs Cammy and tries to drown her in the hot tub. That's disgusting. I would not want my face in that water.
Yeah, I would never.
Martin tries to stop her but is thrown away, and then Sophie wakes up and comes over to help Cammy turn the tables and throw Josie into the hot tub, while Martin throws in the bug zapper, which electrocutes Josie.
You think that would probably have enough current? I feel like it wouldn't have that much.
I don't know. Honestly, I can't say. I don't know enough. The film ends in the weirdest way. We get the survivors walking off as the sun rises, and we get a voiceover from Cammy. She tells us bugs are survivalists and adapt to situations, while the group walks past a guy walking like Vincent D'Onofrio in Men in Black. Either he is infected, like one of the infected neighbors, or he's a bug in disguise. But either way,
bugs in disguise.
The credits roll, and that is the end of Insecticidal.
Of this terrible ass movie.
Anthony, what are your thoughts on Insecticidal?
I felt like the college video arts department made this movie. Actually, the high school, not college. College might have actually been a lot better.
This is quite possibly the laziest script I've ever seen in a film. It actually boggles my mind that this was ever made. Producers had to have seen that women were going to have their tits out, and they were like, okay, take my money. That's the only reason I can see how this got made.
They probably banked it on that. Yeah, they bankrolled it on, oh, well, if people will see it for tits.
It's like character naming was lazy, character archetypes were lazy, special effects were lazy, the nudity was lazy. Why was back to like some of the nudity, because like I probably had the biggest problem with, like, I knew the bugs were gonna look like shit, and when I saw the scorpion first, and I was like, oh, that doesn't look that bad, and then everything else after that, I think they used the same praying mantis animation over and over again. I think it was just the same one. I don't think there was a different one.
You see that in one scene where it bent at a 90 degree?
Yeah, but
that was terrible.
The nudity. Why was Cherry washing herself smirking like, yeah, you like these tits? Like, what woman has spilled food all over herself and then while washing it off, like,
maybe those really horny ones? I don't know.
Martin is a piece of shit. He doesn't stand up for Cammy ever. He doesn't encourage her at all. He just puts her down and negs her, and then at the end she's like, if we survive, I'm gonna rock your world. What? Noodle arms?
Why?
On top of that, you're supposed to be the nerdy virgin girl. What world rocking are you going to do?
Are you
going to lick his face? Smack his bottom? Like, you don't know what you're doing. You have no clue on any of this.
Maybe tell him to call her, like, master or something. I don't know.
I did not like this movie. I was hoping it would at least be bad fun, but it was just bad. It was like none of the acting was good. The actress that plays Sophie is the cover of the thing, and it's like that sells you on the movie, because it's like, oh, hot girl, bugs, it's gonna be a weird creature feature. She's in it for like 5 minutes, maybe 10.
Yeah,
and it's like then you got to get the most screen time. Kind of
deceiving.
Yeah, you get more screen time with Josie and Cammy's fine. Like the woman did a great job. But Josie was so unlikable, and not even in like the fun, unlikable, like King Joffrey in Game of Thrones. Like, he was just like, oh, you're a fucking piece of shit. But Josie, it was just like, I don't even want to see you on screen. Like, there's nothing fun about your evilness. This is a 1 out of 5 for me.
Oh, I was upset that I had to watch it a second time, and now I'm glad that I didn't watch it the third time.
I watched it twice and I was like, I'm done. If I can't figure out the plot for the synopsis off of 2 times, I don't.
Well, the next one isn't any better.
We'll talk about that next time. So, what's your rating for it out of 5? 1? Yeah, this is 1.
I wouldn't recommend this for anyone. The box art alone was the best fucking thing you'll ever have out of this movie.
And even that's not that good.
No, it's shitty too.
Next week, we will be covering the Bunnyman Massacre / Bunnyman 2. It is the sequel to Bunnyman, I guess. I don't really know. I don't know if that's
well, there's also Bunnyman Vengeance.
I know for a fact that's the 3rd one.
Oh, that'll never be watched.
Yeah, no. After watching this, I'll never watch another one of those films. Like they're not good. But we will discuss that next week. So until then, please remember, like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media. Links are in the description below, and we will see all of you next time. Bye.
Laters.